It's great that you could make it into Hollywood today to join us for this special event at Westwood Memorial Park. As an LA native myself, I'll be among the gathering who've come to honor another LA native. And that certain someone was
Marilyn Monroe.
Marilyn Monroe.
Marilyn Monroe.
Marilyn Monroe.
Our last speaker we're thrilled to have with us. It's the first time she's speaking for us, and she's someone that I've admired as an actress for a long time. She starred in such films as Mighty Joe Young, Peyton Place, Daddy Longlegs, Come Back Little Sheba, Beneath the 12-Mile Reef, and many, many, many more. It gives me great pleasure to introduce to you Terry Moore.
Today with all of you. I cannot believe that everyone stands up here and says that Marilyn's first contract was with 20th Century Fox. Well, that it was a ghost that I was under contract with before at Columbia Studios. Then Marilyn and I left the same day and went to 20th Century Fox. She made Ladies of the Chorus there. I was with Natasha Lytess. She, not Helena Sorrell, who was at Fox, but Natasha was at Columbia. She was the drama coach, and we were at, there was nobody as young as I was under contract to Columbia, so I had to do scenes, monologues every day alone with Natasha. She was kind of a crazy lady, believe me. She was a mad Russian. And not all Russians are mad because my daughter-in-law's Russian and I adore her to death. But anyway, Max Arnold, who is head of casting and much bigger, came in and he said, we have put this young girl under contract. Her name, let me introduce you, is Marilyn Monroe. And now, Terry, you have someone to do scenes with. You don't have to do monologues all the time. So we started working on Queen Elizabeth and Queen Mary. And she was so good. We had such fun working together. And then we had our dancing and singing lessons together with Freddie Carter every day. And she fell in love with Freddie, I think. He later married Jane Wyman, who married our President Reagan. But she studied really hard. But Harry Cohen didn't believe she could make it. He didn't believe she'd be a star. And then he dropped both of us the same day. And we both went over to 20th Century Fox. And there was Helena Sorrell, but she moved in with Natasha, or Natasha moved in with her. I think she moved in with Natasha and continued working with her until we, both Marilyn and I, ended up at the studio. And I'm still there, and still doing Queen Elizabeth all the time, which I love doing. My best friend became Jane Russell. Oh, God, how I miss her. I just see her sitting in my living room reading a Bible all the time. We were so close. And she starred in American Preferred Blondes, had Billy over Marilyn, and was very fond of Marilyn. She became like a mother to Marilyn. And she told me that they loved her, Jane, for getting Marilyn out of the makeup chair. I mean, you said 6 hours, sometimes it was 7. She loved going from Norma Jean to Marilyn Monroe, and it wasn't done like this. It took a while, and she loved that makeup. She loved becoming Marilyn. She loved leaving that old identity of Norma Jean behind. She didn't want to be Norma Jean anymore. She loved being the star, being Marilyn. She knew that that was her destiny. And to grow up to marry Joe, she knew that. And just to show how much star power she actually had, we ran pictures. We didn't have all these little cameras that you all have then at the house. And I was running a Marilyn Monroe picture. My sons were 2 and 3, and they said, "Oh, Mommy, do you know her?" And I said, "Yes." And they said, "Would you ask her to come and live with us?" "Oh, she's beautiful, Mommy." So I thought, oh my God, she has that for 2 and 3-year-olds? Oh, yes, she did. And Jane was the one who got her out of the makeup chair and in to shoot. And I talked to the cameraman about her. One of you over here mentioned the cameraman. And he said, when I'm shooting her, I worry because she's not doing anything. I mean, I don't see anything coming across. And then we get to the rushes, and there's wonderful performances there. So what she had, the eye couldn't pick up, but only the camera.
Oh, wow.
And I so often think of you, Marilyn. I dream of you. I remember you. The time she came home and had dinner with my mother and daddy and me, and how kind and wonderful we all were to each other, because we loved you and you loved us. And we even had the same agent, Johnny Hyde. We shared a lot those days, Marilyn. And I will never forget those days, or you. Thank you, Marilyn Monroe, for being such an integral part of my life.
So, like, you talk to her, you know her. Did she say anything about her own, like, her own problems or her own things to you, or private things?
Together.
I haven't seen that in so long.
And this is a special colorized version. Chris Elliott put it in color. It's originally black and white. So this is the first time it's been seen.
And that's me.
That's Diana. There's Marilyn, and that's Diana's sister. Is that Colleen Townsend? Is that her name?
Colleen Townsend.
She was one of the stars of the movie.
Yeah.
This is the first time we're seeing it in color.
What year was it?
Around 1946.
I thought it was 1846.
Yeah, maybe. It was her first, I think one of her very first movie parts.
Yeah. So by the time, like, when she went to Japan for honeymoon to Joe DiMaggio, you don't know anything about it?
No, I was not invited to the honeymoon.
But I also get Marilyn in there too. But I can only say so much. So once I learned Sicilian dialect, whenever I was in an Italian restaurant, I would, if I liked the food, I would say it's Italian. But I like the food. So the waiter would run into the